Just in the shed here. Saturday, just doing some crazy work. Got the latest edition here, which is going to be a full restoration. It's a 1980, the 80 to 83 era VF 400F. So it's quite a cool little V4 in there. So I'm going to pull the valve covers off that later and check the cams, because I know that cams on these things can be stuffed with oil pretty easy, and there's a problem with these VFs, so I'm going to check that. Go through the carburetors and just try to get it running for a start. There's no exhaust for it at the moment, so it's going to be a bit of a mission to get this thing restored. It'll be worth it in the end. It's cool to have a V4 finally. I've been wanting a V4 in my collection for a long time. So I've got my NV sitting here still. This thing, I'll probably get it running if I put my concentration into it, but I've just been doing other stuff lately, really. So yeah, that's that. It's going to be a full restoration. Got a CB250 RS here. This thing is really cool. I actually become quite fond of this little motorbike here. Same engine as the XL250. It's got 2 header pipes coming out the single cylinder there. So one for each valve, and it comes around into a collector in the bottom of the engine, and then the exhaust breaks out on both sides, so twin exhaust on a single cylinder. It's pretty cool. Yeah, spoked wheels. So this thing here is just going to be a full restoration. Probably going to go without the starter motor for a little bit until I can find one. I'm just going to blank that off and just have it as kickstart, because it's almost impossible to find a starter motor for these things. So it's going to be quite a fun project, and it's just going to be a little classic little CB250 RS. They're pretty cool little rare bikes, not very common, so I'm really happy to get my hands on one of them. Got the engine out of the VTZ 250, 90 degree V-twin there. It's my brother's bike and my bike, so I'm restoring this, and then we're just going to share it. After that, probably won't ever sell it. So yeah, it's a classic Hondas. Got a NXR 125. This is not my bike. Just doing some work on someone's bike for helping me get a good deal on this, and then a whole bunch of spare parts which came with this. So I'm just going to do some work on this. Initially had no spark, or a very weak spark, so I just went through the wiring loom, and I found there were some loose connections up to the kill switch, and that was that to get spark. So it's got a good spark now. Had my spark plug tester on there, and my spark tester on there, and I just noticed that the carburetors, the slide is seized in there, so it's just been sitting for a while. So I'll unseize that and give that carb a quick clean, put it back on and put some fresh fuel on it and see if I can get it to fire. And that's all I got to do, is just get this thing running for them. Shouldn't be too bad. Pretty simple little bikes these. So yeah, that's the garage status of everything at the moment. I'm very happy to get my hands on a V4. I really like these VFs. Really big fan of the Honda V4s, the RC30s, VFR 750s, VFR 800s. This little 400's a good little start for me. Quite like the naked bike as well, so it's going to suit the collection very well. With the NV400, it's a very similar bike. Look at the wheels, look how similar those wheels are. Very cool. Same sort of age, different engine obviously. This is a big V-twin, well, not a big V-twin, but a 400cc V-twin, and that's a 400cc V4. Check that out. One exhaust port, one on the outside. Even very similar looking engine, but different is another 90, well, this is a 90 degree V-twin. That's a 90 degree V4. So this is like half of a V4 kind of, to put it very, very simply. But as you can see, they look quite similar. Similar sort of dimensions. There's my 250cc V-twin out of the VTZ. So yeah, quite a few old Hondas in here at the moment. It's quite cool.